Dear students, welcome back to the video lecture series on food and cosmetic analysis. In this 17th video, you are going to learn about composition of lipstick and ash analysis, which includes introduction of lipstick, quality requirements for lipstick, raw material for lipsticks, and ash analysis of lipstick. So begin with the introduction of lipstick. At the time of Greek and Roman Empire, colors taken from certain plants were applied to the lips and cheeks. Carmine taken from the caconial bug was used in Western Europe, and catramine taken from safflower used in Japan. So these are the two examples how the colors taken from the bug or flowers were used to apply to the lips and cheek from the Greek and Roman Empire onwards. Use of oil, fats and wax in a modern stick form lipstick were started after World War I. Along with carmine and catramine, synthetic color tetrabromofluorescein was used frequently. After that, around 1940, synthetic colors are used commonly. Nowadays, lipstick got many innovations such as use of powders and pearly luster to produce a great range of tones. So definition of lipstick will be: lipstick is a cosmetic product containing pigments, oil, wax and emollients that apply color, texture and protection to the lips. So basically lipstick is not only for attractive appearance. So it got many other functions like apply color, texture and also give protection to the lips. So here are the different form of the lips which is shown, and here we can see how actually the lipstick is applied on the lips. So here the quality requirements for lipsticks means the constituents present in the lipstick should show the following properties. Lipstick should satisfy the following requirements. They should not cause irritation or harm to the lip. That is very important and foremost requirement of lipstick, that it should not cause irritation or harm to the lips. Second, they should not have unpleasant taste or odor. They should go on smoothly and stay looking good for the required amount of time. They should retain their form with no breakage, deformation or softening during storage or use. They should neither sweat nor bloom. They should maintain their attractive appearance and there should be no change in color. So all these are the important quality requirements for lipstick. Next is the raw materials for lipstick. So raw material for lipstick containing oily base material. This is wax which is solid at ordinary temperature is used to provide the stick form of lipstick. So basically that stick form is made up of from the oily base material which is a wax. Solid natural waxes which are used are carnauba wax, beeswax, candelilla wax and Japan wax. Mineral waxes which are used are solid paraffin, microcrystalline wax, ceresin and hydrocarbon wax. Then next, oils which are liquid at ordinary temperature or whose melting points are around body temperature are used. Such oils are petrolactum, liquid paraffin and synthetic fatty acid esters. Examples are cocoa butter, castor oil, jojoba oil, macadamia nut oil, lanolin oil. Then the synthetic oils are triglycerides, octyl, dodecyl, requinolate, polybutane. Oily ingredient emulsion which are used for lip moisture balance, ultraviolet absorbers, reflectors and other pharmaceutical agents. So here is the typical formula of oil based lipstick. It contains candelilla wax about 9%, solid paraffin about 8%, which is used as a oily base material. So the stick form is made up from this two wax. Then tetrabromofluorescein used in 0.2% is work as a coloring agent in lipstick. Then titanium dioxide 5%, which work as a pearly luster property. Lithyl rubin B 0.6% and lithyl rubin BCA 1%. These two chemicals are used for skin adhesion. So this is a typical formula of oil based lipstick which contain these chemicals and this corresponding percentage, and also their corresponding role in a lipsticks are given. Then we are going to learn about ash analysis of lipstick for presence of borate and carbonate. So here is the procedure for formation of ash. Take about 5 gram of lipstick in a flat bottom platinum dish and heat it on steam bath under a jet of air for 1 hour. To this product, add 1 gram ashless cellulose powder and mix it well. Then heat this mixture under infrared heating lamp until the sample get charred. Ashing is completed at 600 degrees centigrade heating in muffle furnace. So at this stage we get the ash. So this ash is used for estimation of borate and the part of ash is used for estimation or examination of carbonates. So we'll see the detailed procedure in this picture. So this is a flat bottom platinum dish containing lipstick sample. This is heated on a steam bath under a jet of air for 1 hour. Then the resulting ash, in which add 1 gram ashless cellulose powder and mix it well. Heat this mixture under infrared heating lamp until the sample get charred. So this is the charred sample of the lipstick. Then complete ash formation will take place when it is heated at 600 degree in muffle furnace. So the resulting ash which is formed after heating at 600 degrees centigrade in muffle furnace, we can use the part of this ash for examination of borates and part of the ash for examination of carbonate. So this is the whole procedure explaining about the formation of ash which will be used for estimation or examination of borates and carbonates present in a lipstick sample. So here is the process for examination of ash for borates. Take a portion of ash and mix it with few drops of sulfuric acid in platinum dish. Add a few ml of methanol to it, stir well in dark wood, then ignite this sample and examine the color of flame. A green flame indicates the presence of borates. So this is the way by which we can examine the presence of borates in ash. So here is the procedure. This is the ash which is obtained by ashing or complete charring of the lipstick sample in muffle furnace. So in this ash, add drop of sulfuric acid and mix it well. Then add few ml of methanol to it, stir well in dark wood. The resulting ash sample is then ignite and examine the color of flame. So when this ash sample taken on a spatula and when ignited in a flame, a green flame indicate the presence of borate. So we will get this type of flame which will indicate the presence of borate in a lipstick sample. This way we can examine the presence of borate in lipstick sample. So the picture explaining the whole procedure. The next is the examination of ash for carbonates. Take portion of ash and mix it with a few drops of hydrochloric acid. Examine the color of effervescence. Colorless effervescence indicate the presence of carbonate. So at this stage, if you get a colorless effervescence, this indicate the presence of carbonate in lipstick sample. So this procedure is shown here. This is the ash which is prepared by charring the lipstick sample. This ash we have to use for estimation or examination of carbonate. This ash is transferred into the test tube. In this, add few drop of hydrochloric acid and mix it well, and then examine the effervescence or examine the color of effervescence. So here we can see the colorless effervescence indicate the presence of carbonate. So this way we can examine the presence of carbonate in a lipstick sample. So this procedure is explained in a form of picture. So dear students, the points you have learned from this video are introduction of lipstick, quality requirement for lipstick, raw material for lipstick, ash analysis of lipstick for borate and carbonate. Please learn next topic of this unit in my next video. Till then, I thank you very much for watching this video and I wish you a happy e-learning.